Sometimes it feels like I've just switched myself off. Not gone, not broken, just paused. I live because I have to. Smile because it's expected. Work, errands, conversations, all running somewhere in the background. I haven't felt the border between myself and my days for a long time. That afternoon, I went to the park with no purpose. I simply didn't want to go home. Autumn was warm and gentle, smelling of leaves and of freedom I had forgotten how to use. I sat on a bench, pulled out my phone, and started scrolling, as always. Other people's lives, other people's smiles, everything polished, perfect, as if I was the only one unable to figure mine out. Then a quiet, slightly husky voice said beside me, "Your back speaks louder than your words." I looked up. An old man sat next to me. Light coat, a book on his knees, eyes somewhere far beyond the path, but the phrase was clearly meant for me. "Sorry, what?" "Your back," he repeated. "People don't hunch from age. They hunch when carrying expectations that aren't theirs." "Right. Thank you, doctor. Any more diagnoses?" "No need." He smiled softly. "I just see someone who forgot what it looks like to live for themselves." "And you live for yourself?" I shot back. "Sitting here giving out life advice to strangers?" He calmly turned a page. "Sometimes people need to hear the obvious, not because they're foolish, but because they're tired." I studied him. Not crazy, not intrusive, just strangely peaceful. "You don't know anything about me," I said quietly. "Maybe I am happy." "Maybe," he nodded. "But happiness doesn't look like someone hiding in their phone from their own life." I felt irritation rise. "Do you always speak this bluntly?" "No," he said calmly. "Only when someone is ready to hear it." He hit the mark. Too precisely. "So, what do you think I should do now?" He finally looked at me. "Start with breathing. Not in someone else's rhythm, in your own. Then do something small, something yours, not for productivity or approval, just because you want to." "And if I don't know what I want?" He smiled sadly. "Then you haven't asked yourself in a very long time." We sat in silence. Leaves rustled, sunlight slid through branches, as if lighting only the two of us. "You're probably a psychologist," I said to ease the tension. "No," he replied, "just lived long enough to know. When a person keeps quiet for too long, they forget the sound of their own voice." He stood up, straightened his coat. "Sometimes you don't need to change anything to return to yourself. You just need to stop being convenient." And he walked away, slowly, dissolving in the golden air. I sat there for a long time, watching leaves fall, and suddenly realized I was breathing again. Not as someone's wife, daughter, employee, just me. On my way back, I stopped by a stationery shop and bought a simple notebook. At home, I wrote on the first page, "I, then, I want." And below, "To live, not wait." It wasn't a metaphor. It was my first breath. Sometimes a stranger reminds you, you didn't disappear. You just waited far too long for permission to be yourself.